Yo, yo, yo. What is happening? I am just going to start off uh, by saying I'm not really going to do much today uh, of the greatest importance. I'm just going to kind of like mess around. So says the title. And also, I'm going to play some Chicken Police. But right now, I just kind of want to see if I can name all 151 Pokemon. And then maybe if I could do that, just move on to the moves in Gen 1. And then I'll just get started on playing some games. But this is just kind of fun, just to see. Also to test myself. I'm not going to get them all in order, though. And we'll see how long it takes me to do it. But it's probably going to take a while just to type 151 names, much less think of them all. Might even take like 20 minutes, half hour, maybe longer. I don't know. Anywho. Bulbasaur. Ivysaur. Just gonna get the starters out of the way. I tried to type Pidgeotto first, but it gave itself Pidgeot because that's what I spelled. Anyway. I've decided not to name every single one as I type it out. It's a little bit redundant. What am I missing between Charizard and Caterpie? Oh, duh, I didn't get all the starters. What am I even saying? Of course. That's dumb. I just... Anyway. Oh my god. Nido Queen. There we go. Whoops. So there's either two standalone evolutions or a two-stage evolution between Raticate and Ekans, and the same thing for Raichu and Nidoran. Those are like tricky ones because it could be either or. Luckily, in Gen 1, the Pokedex roughly uh, is numbered in such a way that you meet the earlier Pokemon in the Pokedex at the earlier part in the game, and later in the game, you meet Pokemon later in the Pokedex. That being said, I know I'm just like missing obvious ones. Like, I know Doduo wasn't going to be anywhere in that top row. Yeah, like this second row is all like Mount Moon Pokemon mostly so far. Oh, it's gotta be Spearow and Fearow, yeah. I was just gonna get all the trade evolution lines out of the way while I'm thinking of them. Okay. That spot in between Raichu and Nidoran is kind of bugging me. What part of the early game would be right there? It's not going to be Oddish, but I'm going to put Oddish in Bellsprout. Now I'm just kind of hitting all the rare ass Pokemon that you wouldn't think, that you don't want to forget later. Junks. Oh, they already put Jinx? Or is it spelled with a Y? Okay. Feels like I've been here forever. Okay, we've got 2 Pokemon on the top row. I really don't like that I can't think of what this could be. Now I'm going in my head through like every trainer to see if I like missed one. I say let's just put Pokemon we know and then come back to it. Fossil Pokemon. Oh, there's a standalone between Flareon and Omastar. It's those standalones that screw you. Goldeen and Seaking are good shouts. Right. Oh, I really thought Diglett and Dugtrio would be higher. Damn. I really thought the Jigglypuff or Clefable line would have been there. Far-fetched. Aha, it was Sandshrew and Sandslash. There's two Pokemon between Clefable and Jigglypuff. That could be anything. Oh, I didn't put Primeape yet. So much good that does. There's always more water type Pokemon. This is trickier than I thought. It's also kind of throwing me off that I don't have the names. I thought it would be easier with the icons, and it's not. But whatever. Okay, what am I missing? Quite a few. Okay. I think I should stop trying to play the game in my head and just do categories, like stone evolutions. Did I get all those? Oh, there's a Porygon. Yeah, there's that standalone jerk. Poliwag, Poliwhirl, Poliwrath, Growlithe, Arcanine. Yeah, it's easier when you think of like stone evolutions. Eggs, egg, cute? Yes. Eggs, egg, you, tor. Did I get Staryu? Starmie? Yeah. Oh, Vulpix, Ninetales. Ponyta. Rapidash, although those aren't stone evolutions. Are those all the stone ones? I got the Moonstones. I think I got all the grass. Maybe missing a water. Oh, Psyduck and Golduck. There's always more water types. Hey, I'm glad I filled in that part. Top 2 rows done. Got the trade evolutions. Is there another electric stone evolution? Just Raichu and Jolteon? I guess. Got all the fossil Pokemon. I think I got all the fire types. Oh, there's Muk and Grimer. Yeah, there's a lot of poison types too. Mr. Mime. Chansey. I already got it. Where? Oh. Oh boy. Let's see. What about gym leader Pokemon? Oh, Tangela. I think you do encounter like every Pokemon at some point except like the pseudo legendary. Like I don't think there's just one that you miss out on. There's some that are like only on one trainer, like a Parasect or something, but did I get Venonat and Venomoth? Hey, there they are. Now I got the top 2 rows done. Didn't see that. Drowsy Hypno. How many do I have? 139. I feel like I could be missing a water, an ice, or a poison, or a normal type. Oh. Oh, Ditto. Magnemite and Magneton. Yes. Very good. Shelter and Cloyster. There's my water type / water stone that I missed. Can't believe I forgot those guys for so long. Cloyster's the homie. So I'm missing 2 Pokemon between Hitmonlee and Executor, Ditto, Kangaskhan, and Goldeen. And I'm missing 3 between Tauros and Cloyster. Those are all pretty late game. What would those even be? Is that like a psychic type I'm missing, or like a fighting, or rock? I feel like I haven't come across too many of those. Cubone and Marowak, there's your ground type. And that's a scripted event too, that Marowak. Oh, just 5 away. Come on. Oh, Magikarp and Gyarados. I knew there was another freaking water type. I was just thinking that in my head. Wait, what? What happened there? You see this? On this bottom row, I put in Gyarados, and there's like 2 Gyarados here and there? What the hell does that mean? Okay, I'm just going to ignore it and say there's something... Wait a minute. There was already 3 between Tauros and the next thing. So I'm pretty sure there is just 1 left here. But this Gyarados icon is wrong. This should be something else. But it's something else that I already got, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have to go back and look at that. But, whatever. This thing says I'm only missing 3, so... what comes after Gyarados and Kangaskhan? Man, this is tough. Okay. Going through the game, catching all this shit. Where would this even be? Did I get all my flying types? I think so. Psychic type? Hmm. Come on, I don't want to leave you all out of here. Man. If I don't get anything in the next couple minutes, I'm gonna just give up and move on. But what could it be? It's in between like a bunch of Safari Zone Pokemon. Like the one in the second to last row. Because there's like Chansey, Tangela, Kangaskhan, Scyther, Tauros. This seems like a post-cycling road Pokemon, or like post-Pokeflute, Snorlax thing. Oh, Lapras is one of them. You get the Lapras in the Silphco thing. Bada bing! And now Lapras is there. Like, what the fuck? This one is like changing. Okay, so now we just have 2 Pokemon between Kangaskhan and Goldeen. Could they be more water types? I feel like there's always more water types. I got Staryu, I got Krabby, Seal, Goldeen. Tentacool. Man. Man, oh man. Okay, what about gift Pokemon? Got the Porygon. Got the Abra, Scyther, Eevee, Lapras, Man, I'm gonna look back on this and it's gonna be like really obvious. I've completed the Pokedex before in Gen 1. I promise I have. Let's go through Elite Four members. Slowbro, Cloyster, Lapras, Jinx, Onix, Hitmonchan, Machamp, Golbat, Arbok, Gengar, Dragons, Could it be another Stone evolution? Just a boring old 2 stage that no one remembers. Hate to say that, but What about fire types? I don't see Vulpix and Ninetales. Did I not put those? I've been thinking of those. Yeah, Vulpix already named. Where are you? Oh, whatever. I already named you. Oh, you're like way up top. Okay. Well, not way up top, but pretty close. Man. 2 Pokemon between Kangaskhan and Goldeen. What would you be? Where would I find you? Would you be to the right of Fuchsia? Would you be on the Seafoam Islands? How about in Cinnabar Mansion? I bet you're in one of those 3 places. I never go there. Are you a poison type or a water type? Possibly. There's always more of those. Man, oh man. I'm so close. I don't want to give up. What the hell are these last 2? All right, I need to like stop stressing myself out so much. Okay, you play this game a zillion times. What the hell comes after Kangaskhan? Is it in the wild or is it on a trainer? Is it in Cerulean Cave? There's just a lot of Pokemon that are only found in there. And it's close enough to the end of the Pokedex. What the hell, man? What am I missing? Got the fossils. I've got the stone evolutions. I've got the trade evolutions. I've got the gift Pokemon. Pretty sure I got all the Safari Zone dudes. I could just be missing something from the Safari Zone. There's so much there. If I don't get it when the timer hits 30 minutes, I'm just gonna give up. What is it? Speak to me. Yeah, I got nothing. What is it? Oh, Horsey and Cedra. Of course, it was another fucking water gang, and I didn't go through the gyms. Went through the gym leaders, but of course it was Horsey and Cedra. If it was Gen 2, I probably would have got that, because I would have been like, oh, Kingdra, and then Cedra and Horsey. Ah. Yeah, when do you ever, like, run into Horsey? Aside from that one trainer, you gotta, like, go out of your way to find it. I don't feel like doing the moves. That took a lot of brain power. Let's do some chicken police. Okay, come on, connect. There we go.
I like it when things go well.
You mean when we manipulate invertebrates?
Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break myself too. Just to get the slightly different setup going. But also, since I'm getting up, I'm just gonna chill out. No one's here anyway, right? Okay. Top of the hour continuance. Right? Hold on. Why isn't my game going?
I just like to look at the bright side of things.
Well, be happy in your little world of pink.
Ha! At least mine has colors.
Okay. For some reason, that was not recording any of what I said. Hopefully, that is now fixed. Yeah, for the most part. Okay.
Huh? Oh, you two again.
Don't you think you were meant for more than this?
Actually, I've always wanted to see the wilderness.
Well, it's about time, Hank. Who's holding you back?
You're kidding, right? Some poor slug who can't even get out of the hive is off to try his luck in the big wild world?
You can do it.
You didn't think that would work, did you? With a fellow like me?
Yeah, maybe we didn't think this through.
No, you didn't.
This music is nap time vibes. Yeah, I agree. I just don't know what I want to do next. Whoops. Ah, shit.
I don't like this. Not one bit.
I think I remember us seducing this woman outside, so that way, or I mean, we have the woman outside seduce the bouncer here, so that way we can get in. But apparently, he's still there, I guess, looking at us.
So, Are you ready? Or should I say, are you chicken enough?
Well, my head is still pounding, I'm nauseous, and I feel like this place is gonna kill us.
Now that you put it that way...
And now it seems like we're going inside, even though the last time we literally just tried that. That bouncer guy was like, "No, I'm not falling for any of your tricks."
Come on, old bird. It'll be fun. Maybe the adventure of a lifetime. And besides, you started the whole thing, didn't you?
True enough. Okay, Marty. Let's cluck and do this.
Let's cluck and do this.
The distant light. We've entered another world. Ruined, run down, alien, yet strangely buzzing with life. Everything's different here. The smells, the sounds, the colors. As if the walls themselves were alive. I felt like a stranger, and yet it felt like home. There was something comforting about the place, even though I knew that the deeper we went into the hive, the harder it would be to get out. Was there poison in the air? Some intoxicating aroma that lured unsuspecting victims into its web? Well, it's time to find out.
Yeah.
Ugh, it stinks in here.
Clucking hell, Marty. Pipe down, would you?
Can't you smell it? There's something in the air. Honey and poison.
Yeah, it smells like my cocktail, so shut the hell up. It sounds like, Sonny has taken somewhat of a liking to this place. Because he's kind of felt like he wanted to, travel the world, and he means it this time, and he probably feels like he's not fitting in. And then he makes a passing comment, like it's somehow like familiar to me or comforting or whatever he said.
Just trying to be quiet, okay? We're strangers here.
Okay, I'm not a complete moron. I know when to keep my head down.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, he knows when to, but does that mean that he does? Probably not. Cockroach goon.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
What the hell?
We're chickens. That's enough for now, but say, kid, what's behind that iron door?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab my mouse pad. Actually, I can let this autoplay.
For you, nothing.
Well, if there's nothing there, we might as well check it out, right?
What are you? Some kind of suicide chickens?
Now that you mention it.
No way you're gonna let us in, right?
That's your first sensible sentence, bird. No, not a chance. So fuck off.
Why don't we just mention Zaneta's name? Maybe then he'll let us in.
You think so? Or we'll get a free ticket to the other side.
The other side of the door?
The other side of living.
Oh.
Oh, you silly Marty. Oh. Oh, I get it. All right, mouse pad in hand. That is much better. I don't think I was actually done talking to that other guy.
Where do you stand on bribery, pal?
I don't know. You can try if you want.
How much you got on you, Sonny?
Not much. $5 maybe. And you?
About 10, I think.
Well, that's 15 already.
Now, get the fuck out of here while I'm talking nice.
Oh my god, that was good. Yeah.
We're
Let's
not
go
going
to
to
the
talk
books.
our way through this one. We need another option.
Okay. Goddamn.
A clean glass of tap water, my good man.
I see I'm dealing with real gentlemen here. There are two things I can't offer you, I'm afraid. One is clean, the other is water.
And what would you recommend on this fine evening, Mr.
Ender. Bartender. Well, we have mead, and whiskey. But I wouldn't recommend that, so mostly mead.
Well, that's quite a selection. What'll it be, Marty?
On second thought, I'll give this one a miss.
My friend is teetotal today, and, well, mead isn't my cup of tea. But since we're here, maybe we'll have something else.
And what would that be, amigo?
Information.
Oh, bloody
Yeah,
hell. So you are
bartender.
cops, after all.
We never said we weren't.
You want to get yourselves killed? You know who owns this place?
You mean the Spider Queen? Well, it's gonna take a little more than an 8-legged urban legend to scare us.
You think I don't know who you are? Pretty much everybody knows, even if they'd rather deny it. But star cops or not, this isn't your league, boys. Sorry to disappoint.
So what do you suggest, amigo?
Honestly? Get the cluck out and never look back. But knowing your reputation, that won't happen, right?
We're the kind who need to be thrown out.
It happens almost every day.
I thought as much. So, for the fun of it, maybe I can help you out.
Ooh.
But no promises.
Then I'll take that as a promise.
You're that ever-sour, obnoxious, loud-mouthed, insufferable, but still weirdly charming kind of character, huh?
Exactly.
All right. Ask me anything you want, but make it quick.
Hell yeah.
No more questions.
What?
I don't want to be indiscreet, but doesn't a spider have 8 limbs? Because if I'm counting right, you have 4 arms and 2 legs.
Yeah, that's 6. Your maths is exceptional, Detective.
Did you, fight in the war?
No, but that's what I usually say when I'm asked.
Then what happened?
If you really want to know, I sold them. But I've still got 2 little stumps in the middle of my back.
Ouch.
I was broke, you know. There were some crooks from Clawville who paid top dollar for insect limbs. It's just the way it is these days.
You
Right.
sold them to be eaten?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for saying it out loud. That makes it so much easier for me.
Ugh, Cluck, sorry.
I'm used to it. Any more anatomy questions, boys?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
Neato.
I'll be right back.
What about that nice little cockroach at the door?
One of the Queen's guards. Quite intransigent fella. When I open the place, he's usually there. When I close, he's still there. It's like he never eats or sleeps.
Could he be a robot?
Oh, what now?
I read it in Tomorrow's World Science Fiction magazine. You know, a machine being that lives forever.
Please stop filling your already tiny brain with so much chicken shit, Marty.
You're not my mom.
Lucky me.
Okay, that was really funny. I'm almost back. and I am back.
Careful, Sonny, or you'll end up just like him.
Careful, Sonny, or you'll end up just like him.
Hey, get out of my head.
It's too late. I've seen everything.
What?
My condolences. The guy's all messed up. Do you think they keep the expensive porcelain behind that?
Maybe they're hiding priceless archaeological artifacts.
Yeah, or the queen.
Or having illegal cockfights through there?
Or a secret den with naughty ladies.
You wish, huh?
Feathers! I'm a married man.
Are you?
Well, at least I was yesterday. I hope I still am.
Oh, that's right. Marty's having a little bit of trouble on the home front.
If not, I'll marry you.
Aw, thanks, Boss Bird.
Boss bird.
We'll find a way to get in there. Let's have a good look around.
Alright, is there someone I didn't talk to?
Yikes.
We don't want to end up like that.
Oh, maybe it's just new wave art or something.
Ah, yeah, sure.
What are we looking at? Oops. Is that like a bird dropping? Not that way?
That's not the right way.
Yeah, if we're not battering rams.
So we might need to back out and get information elsewhere. But I want to check.
Out of darts, are we?
That didn't stop them.
Well, they're resourceful folk.
New ask topic.
Come on, what are you waiting for? Ask away.
Yeah, all right. Here we go.
The metal door.
How do we get down to the Queen? I guess that big metal door would be the way.
There's a casino down there, but it's for VIP members only. For the big dogs, you know. I mean, not literally. There aren't any dogs here.
What do we have to do to get down there?
You just have to be interesting or significant enough. Simple as that.
Clawville's most famous cops aren't enough?
Here? In the hive? No, not really.
That hurts.
Sorry, boys.
Any other ideas?
Maybe ask Douglas, the pianist. He was a regular down there until he was banned for stirring up some shit big time. I don't know. You'll find a way. Use your bird brains.
Don't be birdist.
Don't be a hypocrite.
He's not wrong.
Shut up, Marty. This Douglas fella, what else can you tell us about him?
He's a bit of a loner and a drunkard, of course. He says he's a bar pianist, but no one's seen him play the piano in ages. He usually just stares at the thing and sighs.
Ah, poor guy.
Don't feel sorry for him. He's supposed to be a real scumbag. I don't know him personally, but I know he used to move in quite influential circles before he got this low.
I see. Well, thanks, Bart.
What's his story?
Hey, buddy.
Hello? That's hopeless.
Yeah, but we need to wake him up somehow.
Got any more of that miracle stuff, Sonny?
You swallowed every last drop.
Then why the hell are you still carrying that flask around?
Because it means a lot to me.
Wait a minute. Who gave it to you?
Yeah, that's enough. We got work to do. Leave me alone.
Yeah, okay. Fine.
But the idea is good, Marty. We need something strong to bring him back to life.
Something strong, huh?
This Douglas fella is quite a drinker, eh?
You guys are detectives or something?
Well, you can see we're professionals. So, what does he drink?
A flaming ginger honey spit, usually.
What now?
But if you really want to wake him up, I recommend an extra double pepper slap.
Oh, I can slap him without the pepper, buddy. That's not an issue.
Then give me an extra double pepper slap.
Here you go. On the house.
Double slappy pepper house or something. I don't know.
The guy's all messed up.
Oh, right. I need to go to my bag or something, huh? Nope, that's not my bag. The face icon is right over here. I can tell. Okay. Strong drink. Use item. Douglas.
What? I'm awake. What's that smell? That smell? Is that a...
An extra pepper double slap, I think.
Are you trying to kill me?
If we really have to.
Keep that nasty stuff if you want. I'm sobered up from the smell of it.
Okay, then we'll put it back.
Wait, I mean, if you already have it, then maybe just a sip.
Sure. Go ahead. Everything all right, pal?
Oh,
Is his head gonna explode?
Huh. I'd like to see that.
that felt good. So, what the flappy hell do you want from me? And who are you anyway? You're not even insects.
Eagle eyes.
Neither are
You
you.
know you're not an insect either, right?
Of course, but that's different. I live here. I was born here. I'm an honorary insect. Or, at least, I was one.
Okay, Mr. Honorary Insect. Are you Douglas?
Douglas A. Fry, at your service. And you are?
Just two simple, innocent birds who want a word with the Queen.
Oh, I see. Well, goodbye then.
You're not going anywhere.
Come on. You seem like a perfectly nice, normal guy. Would you mind helping two other birds in trouble?
You know what? I like you, big white guy, but
What?
not you.
Hey, thanks. You hear that, Sonny? He likes me and not you.
I'll bring flowers to your wedding.
I knew my good heart would take me to my grave. Okay, so, what exactly do you want?
What exactly do you want?
I knew my good heart would take me to my grave. Okay, so, what exactly do you want?
Tell us about this place.
Ah, the Distant Light. This used to be the fanciest joint in the whole hive. Expensive drinks, gorgeous women, live music every night.
But then something happened.
You happened. All of freaking Clawville, the Segregation Act, the King's brainwashing, walls around the hive. I could go on.
Hey, keep it down, buddy.
Everything's ruined. The shops are closed, misery everywhere. The police are nowhere to be found, riots, crime. But do I have to explain this to you, of all people?
Sorry to hear that.
Chicken shit.
If we weren't sorry, we wouldn't be here investigating on behalf of an insect.
An insect, huh? Maybe someone killed a fancy warm blood and you blame it on an insect, eh?
No, an insect is missing, and we're gonna find out what happened to him.
Would that make you the good guys?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but we're trying.
Well, Good luck with that, lads. You know the Hive likes to keep its secrets.
Is that why they kicked you out?
So how do we get down to the Queen?
I don't know why you want to die so badly, but it's your problem. So, there's an old code. Maybe it'll help.
A code, like in spy movies?
If you say so.
Now let's hear it.
Hey, not so fast, lads. You want something? You gotta earn it.
Oh, for cluck's sake.
If you can beat me at my favorite drinking game, I'll tell you.
Sonny, over to you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
What?
You know, partner, it's funny coming from you after tonight's events.
Hey, that was a one-time thing.
Yeah, I know. It always starts with a one-time thing.
If you're too much of a chicken to do it, maybe you can try my world-famous Hive quiz. Or get lost. It's your call, but if you win any of my games, I swear I'll give you the super-duper secret password.
All right. Maybe we'll give it a try.
I have a feeling that if we could take that quiz, it would be based off things in the that we have in our guide or whatever. And then if it's a mini game, we'll see.
We heard you were a regular down there.
Indeed I was, back in the day. You know, I was the Queen's personal pianist.
What happened?
I had a fight with someone and I broke my hands.
How?
Oh.
Well, I hit a guy in the head and, you know, these insect guys are hard as a rock.
I see. Well, sorry to hear that. And then?
The Queen threw me out. Since then, I can't go down anymore. I'm done. All my prestige is gone.
And is there anything we can do for you?
Can you get me a new hand?
I mean, we can try.
Oh, don't bother. I'm getting used to it. I just miss the music. Soon I'll drink myself to death.
We'll see what we can do, buddy, but in the meantime...
Sure, ask away, do your thing. I don't care anymore.
Hey now, that's an honest, we'll see what we can do about it. I will say though, what exactly is the plan if we just like find a new hand for you? Like, we're not surgeons. Oh, sneezing. Okay. Phew. Are there more we can ask?
So, what's it gonna be, lads?
Oh, let's try the game. I bet the game is just gonna be buying him drinks.
Now you're talking. So, are you ready? Dexterity and guts. That's the secret of this game.
Yeah, he is kind of a weird guy. He seems to be, knowledgeable of the Queen, though. I guess he knew her directly. He just seems kind of... His memory might not be too reliable, but anyway. I don't think he's going to give us a password either. I think this is all just one big shit to him. Anywho. Dexterity and guts. That's the secret of this game.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, get Douglas drunk by playing a drinking game. Each time you hit the bottle by bouncing a peanut off a glass. That glass will be filled with the rancid booze. Make sure to hit the glass before the bottle, or it'll be you who gets to drink everything. So how do I Okay, in this instance, it hits that and then goes back. But in this one, it goes like dun dun dun. Like, aim carefully. If you miss, it's Douglas's turn to flick a peanut. The one who fills the last glass makes the other drink it all. Okay. Do I only get like one shot? Wait. Oh, okay.
Please don't.
What?
Oh.
What?
Yeah, how are you supposed to get that one? Yeah.
Are you trying to kill me? Chicken shit.
So I figured kind of a system here. So I raise the mouse until we get right about there, and then bring it just a little bit left. Bada bing. Yeah. Now what about these? I feel like that'll do it. Yeah.
Chicken shit.
Chicken shit. Fuck.
Oh, for cluck's sake.
What?
No. No. You heaping sack of bastard. No.
Well, no way.
What?
What?
Oh, come on.
Please don't.
No.
Goodness Christ and fun. Please don't.
Bastard. I want to play this game.
Bring it on.
Please don't.
Well, no way. Well, no way.
What?
Chicken shit. Are you trying to kill me? Well, no way.
Yeah, this game is wild. And also, like, the drunker I get, the less amount of shots I can take. I mean, shots as in peanut shots.
What?
Chicken shit. Chicken shit.
Oh, do I have to, like, bounce this off this glass? Hold on. I got a strategy. Uh-oh. Don't do it. Bastard!
Was his face in front of him?
Okay. Focus.
Are you trying to kill me? Chicken shit.
Aha.
Chicken shit.
You were thinking, yeah, same. Yeah, I realized what I said when I said it. What I was trying to say was, the more shots Sonny here takes, the less range I have. Therefore, the less amount of good proverbial shots I can take. But also, I guess it works in a literal sense. And this one especially is such a tight window. See, like, fine.
What?
Yeah, there we go.
That's my boy.
Time to sing, pal.
That was something. What an eye.
Practice makes perfect, huh?
Shut up, Marty. So, is that it? What's the secret code?
The bronze beetle bakes a brownie before breakfast.
Gesundheit.
No, the bronze beetle bakes a brownie before breakfast. That's the code, you ducks.
I see. You got that, Marty?
Yeah, of course. Brown beetle breakfast barfing something.
I'll write it down. Thanks for the help, old bird.
Hey, I'm an honorary insect, not a bird. Now, if you'll excuse me,
Good night, my sweet prince.
Let's get the clock out of here.
Item received.
What's up, meat sacks?
Meat sacks? That's not nice.
Your master is expecting us.
Well, what? I don't have a master.
We don't need the
I don't
tango,
have a
okay?
master.
We know all the dance moves, and we know the password, too.
Yeah, the bronze beetle bakes a brownie before breakfast.
What now?
What now?
Just because you pulled a silly rhyme out of some drunken schmuck, I'm supposed to let you in? Ha! Give me a break.
But that's the way it goes, right? In movies and books and...
Just get the fuck out of here while I click it nicely, okay?
In video
Listen,
games.
pal, if you don't want any trouble, you'll let us in. It's that simple.
Am I supposed to be scared now? Ha! I eat little shits like you for breakfast.
You eat shit for breakfast?
What?
Okay, come on. Let's do this.
I'm gonna kill you, meat sack.
Enough.
That?
Was...
The Queen.
Costa, send them down.
Yes, Your Highness. Okay, you got lucky, boys. Go down while I'm in a good mood.
Thanks, bug boy.
Hey, we don't use the B word around here. Am I clear?
Boy.
Okay. Let's go, Marty.
Right. Yeah. Chickens eat bugs. Totally.
I see. Welcome, detectives. Shall we begin?
Begin what?
The smell of cigarette smoke and cheap mead gave way to something else. An intoxicating woman's perfume, mixed with a musty, lush aroma and the essence of expensive liquors. It was as if we'd suddenly descended into another time. We were standing in front of a throne, occupied by a real queen, as if she'd just stepped off the canvas of an old painting. I felt dizzy. I've been in some tough situations in my life, but this time, I shuddered. Would we ever get out of here with our feathers intact?
Whoa. Deep.
Welcome to our humble abode, detectives.
Humble? I have a different definition of humble.
Mr. Featherland, we used to live in a huge castle outside the Hive. Compared to that, this hovel is an insult.
Well, an underpaid cop like me would kill for an insult like this.
Come on, Mr. McChicken. Don't be so modest. You've got a quaint little apartment in Harlow Street with a lovely wife. You should be proud.
Wait, what? But how do you know that?
Oh, no need to be frightened, gentlemen. But they call us the Great Web. for a reason. We can feel even the smallest vibration of the city from our throne. Our silk threads are everywhere.
Now we can sleep peacefully.
It's the plain truth. And you, dear detectives, are in the truth business, are you not?
According to the book.
And to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit, gentle birds?
We're looking for an insect that died, then disappeared.
Ah, I see. Well, make yourselves comfortable. Look around. Snoop. I can sense your hearts beat a little fast. Calm down first, and then we can talk.
Yeah. Get comfortable. Make yourself comfortable, she says. That means we're gonna be here a while, and she'll probably not be really cooperative. Like, she will be on the surface, but, like, what is she telling us? Look around, Snoop. You know, calm down a bit, then we can talk. You know, she doesn't really seem, you know, urgently distressed or, like, pressed to, you know, solve the matter anytime soon.
You can sense our... But
We'll do just that. Thank you. Maybe after talking to Her Majesty, we'll be needing a couple of stiff shots.
Why not during? And when's our next interrogation? I want to, like, get to that. It's been a while. Those are fun. And I'm not talking about, like, just regular questioning people. There's a section of this game that, like, you ask them a bunch of questions and it branches off and you get, like, a different result and you try to get, like, 5 stars. It's pretty fun. Okay, so... what new info is here? The goo. Rather difficult to produce, rare substance. Extremely flexible and robust. Oh yeah, this is like what the entire city's made out of, basically. I guess it's also like maybe part of the silk or the spider web or something. The Spider Queen said she can feel every vibration going on in the city, and honestly, I'm inclined to believe her. That's how spiders operate. Whoa. Torogo. Colonial Empire, an exotic remote jurisdiction. Retains much of its autonomy. The country is ruled by, say, peers, high-ranking gurus, religious leaders, embarked on a path of modernization, still richly imbued with its ancient traditions. The caste system which society is based. The Great Meat War. Conflict for so long, let's call it 27 years. It involved essentially all the countries of the wilderness. Largest intercontinental armed conflict. 100 million animals died, 50 species extinct. Wow. Yeah, still extremely tense. Look at that. Look at that. Those last 3 words. That's what happens after war. You think it solves all your problems? Just doesn't create any more. The end. And if you do think that, you know, I don't know. Ask yourself why. Okay. quests. Trouble in Roachtown. Yeah, what's up with Monica? Something's really bothering her. Who not found? Who not found? Who not found? Oh yeah, we gotta find Zip's tail. I actually want to find out who did that. Because there's a certain plot element to this place. It's that it's basically this world's worst kept secret is that this game's equivalent of the black market is like selling limbs from insects so that people can eat them in like shops and stuff. And there's like a supply and demand thing. So I really, really want to find out what happened to Zip's tail. I hope we can get it back intact. I mean, Zip was, I mean, he's always been kind of a dick. He didn't really, like, help us. I mean, he helped us in the past, like, way long, even before Chicken Police. But he's kind of like a crook. But, like, I guess his heart was always in the right place. I don't know. I ended up liking Zip by the end of Chicken Police 1. It was good to see him again. Still just kind of doing his own shop thing. And Lost Melodies. Douglas's hand is broken. Oh yeah. Gotta find a new hand for Douglas. Can't forget that. I'm trying to figure out how to get this little yellow dot from telling me that it's got me more info to tell me. Because that means there probably is. Oh, hold on. Lovebirds and... Oh. Oh, okay. Cool, whatever. Quest I already completed and crossed off, but I guess I needed to know that I did that. I guess that's fair. Hank, Landslug. I'm trying to, like, remember. I haven't done this in a while myself. We're trying to find out why this woman's husband is missing. No. He was already dead. We need to find out who grave robbed his body. And then also she went missing. So yeah. Steve Douglas, Castor, the guard. Douglas, the honorary bug. Insect, excuse me. And Mr. Bartender. Ha. I really hope that Bart Ender is just... I hope he ends up playing a bigger role than... Oh, he's the bartender. What's his name gonna be? And that's where it starts and ends. Bart Ender. You know? I don't know. So we'll see. What else is in here that I haven't looked at? Oh. The Queen. Queen Zenaida. Yeah, okay. Do.
Perhaps
Throw.
a tad extravagant.
That's a tad extravagant. Okay, let's talk to Queenie.
So, can we ask you a few questions?
First, you have to answer us. Why are you so interested in the fate of a mere insect? Did it hurt one of your kind?
Not at all, ma'am. We were hired by someone. A widow.
Oh. So you're altruistic crusaders?
Maybe we were just bored, ma'am.
I've heard you boys have been stirring up a lot of trouble over the last 2 decades. Perhaps this time, you've delved too deep into the hornet's nest.
You think so?
We're certain.
We'll see. If you don't mind, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Be our guest. We have nothing to hide.
Appreciate it.
Doodly-doo.
Tell me, do you remember a pianist called Douglas?
He's right above us, even as we speak. He's either drinking his tears or some hard booze.
Was he really your personal pianist?
Something like that. We loved him and the way he played. Full of heart. But we couldn't tolerate his erratic behavior any longer.
Who was the guy he got into a fight with?
A fiancé of mine at the time. He's dead now. Douglas. That silly little thing. He was always madly in love with us. He put that in his songs. And that's why we loved him. But he was jealous.
Jealousy is a terrible demon.
It is, Detective. It is.
There's no hope of letting him back in?
You pity him, right? I can understand that. It happened to us, too. We let him back, but he can't play or stay sober.
If we could help you with those 2 things, would you take him back?
Perhaps. But why would you do that? What did he promise you?
But you can't play or stay sober? Oh, I see what you're saying. So you need to get him to sober up, and you need to get him to play. Okay. Why? I mean, sobering up makes sense, but like, oh, we're not gonna let him in unless he plays the piano.
Nothing in the world. We're just trying to be good birds, that's all.
So the tales are true after all.
Well, we're talking to a living legend too, so tales can be true.
It's a deal, then. If you can find a cure for his hand and his heart, we'll welcome his return.
Thank you, Your Majesty. What can you tell us about the current state of the hive?
Did you come here with paper bags on your heads? Have you not seen with your eyes?
Well, we'd like to hear it in your words.
As you wish. Since the Segregation Act, our people are suffering more than ever. We are eating ourselves alive. You may think we're being figurative, but we couldn't be more literal. We're running out of flesh, of life, of soul. But before that happens, our patience will run out.
The Segregation Act wasn't good for business either, right?
Correct. We don't want to be seen as the selfless grande dame, or everyone's fairy godmother. No. We were running a thriving business.
You mean a thriving criminal business?
Call it what you like. It was blooming, but the blossom eventually withered. Now we are suffering like everyone else. The hive is an oil barrel, detectives, and Clawville a crazy old fool with a match in his hand.
Is the barrel gonna explode?
And with it, the old fool.
Well, thanks for your honest opinion.
Not mere opinion. This is our future, gentlemen.
That's quite a throne you've got there.
Why, thank you. It was our late grandmother's 200 years ago.
Whoa, wait, then how old are you?
Do you think it's appropriate to ask such a question of a lady?
For cluck's sake, Marty.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But it is a really beautiful chair.
You're funny. We like you.
Thank the gods.
Very good.
Are you ready to go a little deeper?
Oh, you mean you're going to interrogate us?
That's one way of putting it.
Yes.
I prefer to call it a controlled conversation.
Interesting.
Yes.
You seem like a rough, crude fellow at first glance. But underneath those ruffled feathers, you have a rather sophisticated soul.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Especially the ruffled feathers part.
Our pleasure. Well, shall we begin?
I'd be delighted. Funny, but it looks kind of comfortable.
Oops, that's the chair. Okay, God. Okay, fuck. This is a good way to end it on. I want to take a slight break, just to mentally prepare, and then we'll get started. Now for like what is probably the best part of the entire game. We're going to interrogate this person. And there's two ways you can go about it. You can do like a good cop, bad cop route. Which... Oh, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, so in Chicken Police 1, I think to get a 5-star rating, you had to do the good cop rating. However, when you did bad cop, it got like a super bad rating. You got like half a star or like no stars. But in this game, Chicken Police 2, if you just do like a really, really, really good job at doing bad cop, you actually get a good rating as well. So now you could do either or. And in the first game's interrogation, the only way I could find out how to do a 5-star was to do bad cop. So I don't know if that's going to be the same here. I swear to God, excuse me. I swear to God, I went through like every dialogue option that I think I could. I didn't like write it all down, but like I was pretty sure I got like all of them. And you're allowed to retry it as well. And anyway, yeah. So I don't know if that was my error or that's the only way you could get 5 stars. And by getting the most stars, like you get the most information out of them. I don't know if it varies person to person or if I just goofed. But anyway, these are really fun. So here we go. I'm gonna try bad cop. That's not what I meant. I'm gonna try good cop. But if the only way I can get 5 stars is to do bad cop, I'm gonna do it because I want 5 stars.
The Queen seems to like us, but that may be a simple disguise. In any case, a veteran criminal like her is probably harder to break than to open with the right honeyed words. Boost her ego. That can be a solid tactic. But either playing the good or the bad cop, nothing is impossible if you ask the right questions in the right tone.
Well, her liking us is almost certainly a simple disguise. Like, who would, right? A veteran criminal with the right honeyed words, boost her ego. That sounds like a bad cop thing. Well, no. Well, honeyed words, yes. Boost her ego, no. That's what you're supposed to do. Gets more information. And what's wrong with boosting someone's ego, right? Like, in general. Anyway.
Be forewarned, Detective. What you learn here may shake everything you've ever believed in.
You think I believe in anything? It seems your famous senses have failed you.
We'll see, Mr. Featherland.
Oh!
We'll see.
Okay. And in all of these, there's usually like a good, medium, and bad. Hold on. Please tell me about yourself, Your Majesty. Do you really use the royal plural? May I call you that, or should I stick with the queen? That being said, I'm not sure what either of these would be. let's tread lightly.
Please tell us about yourself, Your Majesty. How did you become who you are?
You'd be surprised how little awareness there was in it. Things happened. Years flew by. And suddenly we found ourselves on this throne.
Lucky coincidences?
There are no coincidences, dear Inspector. We just did what we thought was right.
Right. We rarely hear that from the heads of criminal organizations, if I don't offend you.
What is right for someone, and in what situation, is subjective. We've lived our whole lives by a code of what we thought was right.
That is an excellent point. Justice is subjective, no matter how you slice it. So then, what are you left with? You're left with what happened. This is why motive isn't like so important for solving a case, like in real life. Like, if anything, the motive just changes depending on what evidence you find. Like, even if you're wrong about the motive, it's not like the case breaks down. Anyway.
Isn't that convenient?
Sometimes it is. Sometimes the opposite.
Wow, plus 20? That's really good. Let's get to the point. Bodies are disappearing. Usually we get plus increments in like 5 or 10, I think. 20 is like really good. Although, didn't we start off like a little bit to the left and now we're more in the center? Maybe we could have just, you know, gotten all the way here. I don't know. Okay. Bodies are disappearing from the cemetery and the clues have led us here. What do you think? Why?
Let's get to the point. Bodies are disappearing from the cemetery, and the clues have led us here. What do you think? Why?
You're not playing games. We appreciate that. Yes, in a way, we understand that some clues could have led you here. But those can be misleading. We know nothing about the missing bodies.
You don't know about them, or you have nothing to do with them. Big difference.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, we'll just be on our way. You know? Such a pathetic answer. I want to believe you.
There is a big difference. We've heard things. The Great Web is everywhere. And every little bit of information makes its threads twitch. But no, we have nothing to do with them.
Interesting. I want to see if we can continue on the good path. And then we'll try to do a bad run. We're gonna retry this a couple times, but we're probably not gonna listen to the dialogue like every time, like if we've already heard it once. Anyway, what are the options? A cemetery caretaker named Joe was knocked down. He barely made it alive. Know anything about that? Someone almost died. The perpetrators seem to have come here. How about that? Someone was hit with a bottle. Had the name of this place on it. I feel like this middle option is just confrontational and going to upset her. I feel like this is reasonable, this one at the bottom. Just saying this one at the top here doesn't necessarily implicate her. But this one is the piece of evidence that brings us back here. Reasonable, so to speak.
Someone was hit with a bottle that had the name of this place on it. Is it a coincidence?
We don't believe in coincidences, Mr. Featherland. But that doesn't prove that the perpetrator was following our orders.
It's true. It could have been a simple bum or just an angry boozer. Am I right?
For example,
Still, something's bothering me.
what?
Why the mysterious phrasing? Why didn't you just say you didn't know anything about it? Plain and simple.
Because it wouldn't have been true, Mr. Featherland.
When we mentioned the name of the distant light, he was scared to death. Okay. Let's say I believe you. Do you think the glass was not just a weapon, but also a message? Now that's more of an inference. This actually happened, so...
When we mentioned the name of the distant light to the injured Uncle Joe, he was scared to death. Why?
This used to be a dreaded place, and for good reason. Now, it's a derelict shadow of its former self. A pity, right? But anyone who hears of it and is as old as Uncle Joe is right to shiver. Memories are strong.
Yeah, but also you could have just like flat out sort of lied and just said like, well, I don't know why this place is great. I don't know why he hates this place. That's on him. I don't know. See, now I kind of get Sonny's point too.
So it's an open secret that the Great Web is nesting here. The Hive's legendary and infamous criminal organization.
An open secret. I wouldn't even call it that. It was never a secret, because we had no reason to keep it as such. We had nothing to fear.
Right, but does the same go for like the meat stuff?
The police never got their hands on this place. Am I right?
Just as you say. But it is not the police we need to be afraid of.
Ooh. That didn't get me plus anything, it looked like. I suppose that it wasn't you. Why didn't you take action against it? Yeah, she doesn't seem to want to explain why, but... we got a pile of missing bodies on a bloody trail leading here. What do you make of that? I think this first one's more appropriate.
Suppose I believe that it wasn't you. Why didn't you take action against it?
You still think we're the feared and dreaded vigilantes of the Hive. Unfortunately, those days are over, Inspector. The Great Web is now more of an information center than a real, viable enterprise.
But information is power, ain't it?
Indeed, it is. But much more so for a place that is not cut off from every other part of the world. We've been enclosed, Mr. Featherland. So the world is slowly but surely passing us by. Unless...
Unless you do something about it.
Yes. But that's another story. You know, the people of the Hive don't need the Great Web to express their feelings. Especially their anger.
A hive-sized rebellion, for example.
Of course, neither the city nor the Crown wants that. In fact, we don't want it. But sadly, we are no longer the most powerful in the Hive. There are others who say how things are done.
Wow, that got plus 20. Hell yeah.
Okay, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who has the reason and the power to do such a thing?
The Golden Fang clan is well entrenched in the hive. Thanks in part to them, much of our business is no longer, how shall we say, profitable.
The clan, huh? I heard they've been pretty quiet lately.
The fact that a criminal organization doesn't openly blow things up doesn't mean they're not very present, as you well know, Mr. Featherland. And for all we know, you and your partner are very much responsible for the existence of the clan in the first place.
Really? Please, enlighten me.
If the Wessler Empire hadn't fallen, the smaller clans that then waged war for power would never have been born. Am I right?
The Wessler Empire, huh? That was an old case, Your Majesty. If we hadn't stopped that threat, we might have been in even bigger trouble.
Oh, you really think so? That it could be worse than this? The whole city was ravaged by gangs feuding over the remnants of the Wessler Empire. These gang wars have consumed all the attention of the Crown and the police, leaving nothing left for the Hive. One angry insect, fed up, committed an assassination attempt that eventually led to the Segregation Act. See, after all, it all started when the so-called Chicken Police put the head of the Wessler Empire on ice over some petty, little, private matter.
Okay, that was a lot of plot. I want to go over that. So, just as minor spoilers for Chicken Police 1, we took down a criminal empire along the way, and their name was Ibn Wessler. But that wasn't the mystery of the game. That's just more of like a byproduct of solving the mystery. Yeah, take notes, for real, yeah. So, anyway. So knowing that, I want to read this back. I wasn't expecting to be hit with that much, like, plot all at once. I was just kind of like... I don't know. Okay, so... The whole city was ravaged by gangs feuding over the remnants of the Wessler Empire. That makes sense. That would happen naturally. The big guy falls apart, but it's not like the crime stops, you know? Everyone's trying to take that spot now. These gang wars have consumed the attention of the Crown and the police, leaving nothing left for the Hive. One angry insect, fed up, committed an assassination attempt. That eventually led to the Segregation Act, which was probably just a political move, and now everyone's trapped. All the bugs are just like confined to this place. It's called the Hive. Makes sense. So, in our own way, it's not like we caused that. She even says here it's the lame assassination attempt that pushed everything over the edge. I mean, what were we supposed to do? You know, it's... Ibn Wessler had to go. Dang, I don't remember exactly what happened there, but... Anyway. Sheesh. I don't think you can hold us all entirely reliable for that. And besides, even if we were, aren't we making up for it now? You know, helping out bug kind. Okay, what was the rest of this? It all started when so-called Chicken Police put the head of the Wessler Empire over some petty little private matter. Yeah, because that whole case kind of started in a similar manner when the Fawn girl, who was the assistant to the wife of Ibn Wessler, came to us. And that was the thread that, helped us, unravel this whole thing. Okay, we all clear? Let's not forget about that guy in the beginning. This is still the same night. We haven't spent more than a night playing as in this game. There's another case that supposedly we're getting the autopsy for in the morning. But we're so far removed from that, I don't know if that's just gonna go away or I don't know. But anyway, just to recap that for a minute, because I don't want to lose that in my head. Just an unrelated case before all this happened. There was a car that crashed into something. I don't remember what. But the car was, basically busted or totaled or whatever. And there was an insect there who had noticeable, surgically removed limbs. Excuse me. Like that had been done prior. But, also at the scene was his arm that had just been, ripped off. Pretty brutally, probably on scene. And then just, left there. So who knows what's gonna happen with that. I really hope we loop back around to that somehow. And then of course we gotta get Larry some aspirin. No, I think we did that already. Never mind. Anywho. Okay, we all caught up? I think I'm caught up.
That's kind of a loose and far-fetched hypothesis.
Oh, we haven't covered everything. But you know that in the big picture, we're perfectly right.
And also, I'm noticing more often than I'd like, slightly different audio takes compared to the text. Actually, now that I'm saying it, it doesn't bother me so much because I think what happened during this, voice acting game, maybe as a cost-cutting measure, it's okay, this is the text line, but what if I said it like this? And then maybe they liked it better that way, and then maybe they just didn't feel like going and changing it, which wouldn't have taken too long. But time constraints with video games and all that. If this is all they had to do, I'd rather have this than a lesser good voice line that just happens to be the text that was the original one, And it's kind of fun to find, and it's not even that's kind of a big change in itself, but Sonny's line there was a little bit different in the beginning, is what I'm saying. Anywho, continuing on.
I'm beginning to feel like you're interrogating me and not the other way around.
Yeah, it's like giving the voice actors a little freedom. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, maybe they had both lines and maybe they just decided to put one in. Yeah.
Oh, please don't. We didn't mean to frighten you.
Then may I continue?
We are at your service.
So, it's
Such
the
kind
Golden
words.
Fang clan that's got you and your people in a tight spot. Am I right?
We're not saying they're responsible for the disappearances. But if it wasn't us, they seem the most likely choice.
I have to agree. Are you willing to talk about them?
To a certain extent, yes. as long as it doesn't harm our interests.
Okay, then let's
So-
continue the conversation in this vein.
So, there's a certain extent that talking about them harms your interests, is there? Interesting. Why would the clan need a fresh corpse? What can they do with it? Oh, that's... I don't think you want to know how many answers that question has. Let's blame someone else, right? What could the clan do with... What? What is that? Let's blame someone else, right? And what would the clan do with dead bodies? What? What's the clan doing here and why the hive? That seems simple and direct enough. What the hell is that middle question? Is he trying to like take their side but like in a gullible way? I don't know.
What is the clan doing here? And why the hive?
After the Segregation Act and the construction of the walls, this place was left alone. There is no law here, no order. What better place for a criminal organization?
Aren't they afraid of the wrath of the Great Web?
They had nothing to fear. We spent all our energy on our people and on survival. We had no resources left to fight them.
No police, no enemies. Just a bunch of miserable, desperate insects.
As you say, Mr. Featherland, Mick and his vermin couldn't have found a better place to settle. And the city couldn't be happier.
The city? What do you mean?
One of the most powerful gangs of Clawville is now in the hive, beyond the sight of everyone there. The insects are suffering, and the city just sits back and allows it to happen.
I'm gonna recap myself on this as well. Be forewarned. Okay. Wow, so it's all just at the bottom. Okay. After the Segregation Act and the construction of the walls, this place was left alone. There's no law here, no order. What better place for a criminal organization? Yeah, okay. Aren't they afraid of the wrath of the Great Web? Yeah. Also a good point. They had nothing to fear. We spent all our energy on our people and survival. No resources left to fight them. Pretty good reason to join them. No police, no enemies, just a bunch of miserable, desperate insects. Yeah, sounds like a pretty good reason to join them. I'm not saying you did, but man. At that point, it's like, what are your options? And then what are the realistic results of those options? Anyway. As you say, Mick and his vermin wouldn't have found a better place to settle. I think Mick is like the main antagonist of this game, where he's one of them, like he's pretty high up the criminal ladder, or it might be the Spider Queen, I don't know. Anyway, one of the most powerful gangs in Clawville is now in the hive, beyond the sight of everyone else. Insects are suffering, and the city just sits back and allows it to happen. mean, I don't disagree with anything you said, but it doesn't necessarily, like, scream, I'm innocent. But, you know, you don't need to scream, I'm innocent, right? You know, that's the burden of proof. But it's just, I don't know. Common denominator and whatnot. Okay.
These are extremely wild assumptions.
Are they really? Or dare you not admit to yourself what you suspected all along?
Please don't analyze me.
Trust your own instincts, Mr. Featherland. In the eyes of the city, the clan and the hive are just two rabid dogs in a hole, tearing each other apart.
I have to think about that.
Take your time, Detective.
Why do I get the feeling you're getting wealthy off the greasy bits too? You really do see everything. What do you think the clan is playing for, and where do they get their resources? Yes. Because if not you, then who? They've kind of exiled the government, so to speak.
You really do see everything. What do you think the clan is playing for? And where do they get their resources?
For the clan, hiding in the hive was a great idea. But they cut themselves off from the rest of the city with it. So they must have connections or help from beyond the walls.
Well, that's what I was gonna bring up. Like, isn't this place, like, sealed off from, like, everywhere else? I mean, maybe they're getting connections from Clawville because it's, like, right next door. But, like... I don't know. Well, the fact that there was a bug murder that happened on this side of the border, which is kind of why we're here. Maybe that itself is the proof that the clan has influence outside of the hive. Yeah, okay, I guess I can't necessarily disprove that. Yeah, so... Okay, yeah, fair enough. Beyond the walls, yeah, they could. They very well could.
Another gang? Maybe they've teamed up with someone. The Black Scales. The Furies, maybe.
I don't think so, Mr. Featherland. All the criminal organizations in Clawville are different. But they all have one thing in common. They all want absolute power. That's why they don't really ally themselves with others.
What are you implying? Who can support them from beyond the walls?
Whose interest do you think it would be to aid and abet the clan and get them here? Whose interest is it for the hive to slowly bleed itself dry? For someone who has a problem with the very existence of it.
You mean?
Yes. Exactly, Mr. Featherland.
Sweet, furry, feathered heavens. You claim that the clan is funded by the crown?
We're not saying it is. But the city government is currently benefiting from the fact that the hive is getting on with its little infighting, instead of causing trouble on the big scale. You know, peace negotiations are coming.
Well, what does that have to do with the disappearance of a few bodies of ordinary citizens? Even if it's like you say, isn't that just more fuel for the fire?
Okay. Interesting. The crown. I take it that's the Clawville government, although I don't necessarily remember. But I can think of no other context in which that makes sense. So... And at first I kind of thought she was going with the clan itself as the bombshell answer to that. So now I gotta like rework my headspace and where this case is going. Whose interest would it be to aid and abet the clan and get them here? Huh? Whose interest do you think it would be to aid and abet the clan and get them here? That's why I thought it was just the clan. But it's the crown? I mean, sure, the crown would be having an interest in having the hide slowly bleed and just doesn't like the existence of it in general. Aid and abet the clan. I gotta brush up on the crown and the clan once we're done with this investigation. But it's the crown that's kind of behind this. Okay, and then the queen says, "You're not saying it is, but the city government is currently benefiting from the hive getting on with its infighting instead of causing trouble on big scale peace negotiations."
It might be. Perhaps it's for a different purpose, Mr. Featherland. That detective, that private eye, who was working on this.
I think this is somehow... Okay, so here's what could have happened with that guy in the beginning. The victim in the beginning. The one found outside of his dead... The one found dead outside of his car. That could have just been, yeah, an ordinary insect dude who... Okay, one of two things actually happened here. Well, most likely. We gotta figure out what happened for the autopsy in the morning. I'm hoping it can answer one question I have in particular, but anyway. Let's just say, for example, that this insect was alive at the time of the crash, and the crash is what killed him. He was the driver, per se. He could have been intentionally killed on this side, so that way peace negotiations would break down, benefiting the higher ups who are undoubtedly corrupt and want to keep it that way. So that's one option. The other option we could go here, and I'm not saying it has to be one of these two, but you know, we can't rule out the fact that that this guy was already dead before. You know? Like the car crash could have just been staged, pop a few bullet holes in it afterwards, and then lay his body down, rip his arm off, make it look like it just happened. So yeah, I'm hoping that that autopsy that we supposedly get tomorrow is going to tell us, you know, whether he was actually dead like that night, or if he's been dead for like a day or two, or, you know, what have you. So anyway, yeah, but that's all going under the assumption that this was plotted in such a way that they wanted peace negotiations to break down, which they would. But again, motive doesn't really like solve a case. It just you kind of just get a motive after the fact. That's what I think. Anyway,
Private Eye?
Frank Castellini. Or, as many called him, half-armed Frank, which we always thought was funny, because he was only one arm short of four.
Shit. Frank.
The fool was obsessed with pursuing Mick and the clan. he discovered something significant. Maybe he found out exactly where they were hiding. In any case, it certainly pissed off the monkey. Because Mick's got a big bounty on poor Frank's head.
Right. And Frank was our detective friend, who I believe was also an insect? Question mark? Even if he wasn't, he was helping the insect that came to us, who is also now missing.
That's bad. That's really bad. Well, thank you for telling me this.
We're surprised to say it ourselves, but we're glad we could help.
Hey.
You see? That's what I'm
Wow.
talking about.
Only 3 stars? That's bad. I'm gonna retry that. I want to get 5 stars. Man, that might be the first time in Chicken Police 1 or 2 that my first rating, my first go through of an investigation didn't get like 4.5 stars or higher. Like, that's like my lowest yet. I thought I was doing all right. Look at that. Okay, retry. Now I'm gonna try to do bad cop now. At least I didn't get any bad cop answers. Now I'm gonna try to.
The Queen seems to like us, but that may be a simple disguise. In any case, a veteran criminal like her is probably harder to break than to open with the right honeyed words. Boost her ego. That can be a solid tactic. But either playing the good or the bad cop, nothing is impossible if you ask the right questions in the right tone.
Yeah, like if you're gonna be a dick.
Be forewarned, Detective.
You think I believe in anything?
We'll see, Miss...
Okay, hold on. I gotta sneeze again. Okay. Alright. So, Ms. Zenaida, may I call you that, or should I stick with the Queen? That seems kind of dickish.
Miss Zenaida, may I call you that? Or should I stick with the Queen?
As you like it, dear Inspector. We didn't give ourselves the name of Queen, but we're used to it.
Does that appease your vanity?
You are very observant, Mr. Featherland. We are rather vain, yes. We admit to few faults, but this is certainly one of them.
What else do you consider a fault?
Honestly, letting too much responsibility fall on me over the years. But it's too late now. We can't quit. We're sitting in the middle of the Great Web, and if we disappear, the web will collapse, and many who live on the web would fall.
And would that be so bad?
You have no idea how many people in the hive depend on the existence of the web. So, yes.
Oh, thank you for your honesty.
And we thank you for daring to ask in such a bold yet polite manner. In your line of work, that's quite rare.
So that seemed like a neutral option. We didn't get any plus or minus on that. I'm gonna skip over dialogue if I've seen it already.
Let's get to the point. Bodies are disappearing.
You're not playing games.
You don't know about them, or you have...
There is a big difference.
Someone almost died and the perpetrator seemed to have come from here. How about that?
Someone almost died, and the perpetrators seem to have come from here. How about that?
Would they really have come from here? No, we don't really believe that. Or if they did, they didn't do it on our orders.
The bottle was labeled with the logo of the distant light.
Oh, anyone could have a bottle from anywhere.
Yeah, but this bottle was at a crime scene, and it had the logo of a bar that houses a notorious crime queen. That makes the picture a little different.
Indeed. It could even be misinterpreted. But no, it's not that simple, Mr. Featherland. And this rude tone won't work with me.
We'll see about that, ma'am.
-5.
Let's say I believe you. Do you think the glass was not just a weapon, but also a message?
An interesting theory. And there may be some truth in it. As the place is well known and has been ours for decades, yes, we can see why you might think that.
So you agree that the clues lead logically here?
If it is a message, we did not send it. It would be foolish to leave a clue like that, unless it leads to a trap. Am I right?
Well, forgive the assumption, but for a spider queen sitting in the middle of the great web, setting a trap seems quite apt.
If so, you would be in big trouble.
And is that the case?
No, not yet.
Oh.
I like you. You're sharp and respectful, most of the time. At least, for a chicken.
You're great at insulting and complimenting at the same time.
Thank you.
I will be right back. Okay, I am back.
We've got a pile of missing bodies and a bloody trail leading here. What do you make of that?
Well, we're not sure we'd believe us if we were you. But it's true. We had nothing to do with the bodies disappearing. And we don't know who did.
Come on. You run the largest criminal organization in the Hive. Anyone who does anything here, you know about it. You said the Great Web senses everything, didn't you?
Everybody knows about the bodies being dumped. It's a small, closed world, Mr. Featherland. Though we're ashamed to admit it, we don't know who could have done it. And sadly, we couldn't agree that we're the Hive's largest criminal organization.
If you continue like this, I'll end up feeling sorry for you.
Are you sure you want to continue in this tone, Inspector? Not without a life insurance policy.
Don't worry about my health, Your Majesty.
Of our business is no longer, how shall we say, profitable.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
Let's blame someone else, right? And what would the clan do with dead bodies?
Your rudeness could be offensive. But you know what? It suits you.
Don't change the subject.
So be it. So, what would they do with cold, old corpses? Well, not much.
We never said they were old. They could be fresh ones.
In that case, we'd say just look around. Have you not seen any Hive people walking around with no arms?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, there was the
Your
one.
answer is prepared. We'll give it to you on a silver platter. Some people will sell their own limbs to get out of poverty.
Because the black market will buy them.
Yes. Disgusting, rich, fat, Clawville animals.
So you think the clan trades in fresh body parts?
That could be one of the reasons the graveyard's been ransacked. Or something else entirely.
That could be a reason. Could also be a convenient byproduct. Either one. But yeah, if the if the peace treaty goes forward, then I think their meat business would go out of business. So you might not have anything to do with it after all, if you don't have anything to do with the meat plant. But who knows? Maybe there's another reason you got involved. I don't know.
Specifically?
We have no idea, Mr.
You
Featherland.
say that a lot.
You're the investigator, not us. After all, that's what you're being paid for, isn't it?
Why do I get the feeling you're getting wealthy off the greasy bits, too?
Do you mean we're feeding off the suffering of our own people?
Well, the suffering of your own people is already happening. I mean, you gotta feed somehow. I don't know.
I didn't say that. But enough of you just turning a blind eye to
Yeah.
a few things. Just turn your face away.
The
Yeah.
very suggestion is offensive. It's downright outrageous.
I suppose it is. But as I see it, the surest way for you to survive is to join the party. And all this time, you've been preaching to me about survival.
You're on very thin ice, Mr. Featherland. You know that if I want you gone, I'll make it so no one will ever find you. Not even look for you.
Threatening doesn't work on me, ma'am. My feathers are too thick for that.
Yeah, like anyone would come looking for me anyway.
Will they stop a bullet, too?
Well, I don't know yet. But a lot of folks were interested in this.
Look around your own neighborhood before you accuse us, Detective.
What are you implying?
Oh.
Whose interest do you think it would be to aid and abet the clan and get them here? Whose interest is it for the hive to slowly bleed itself dry?
You
We've heard
claim
that.
that the clan is funded by the crown? You see? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got 4 bad cop options, and that bumped up to 4 stars.
The Queen seems to like us.
Be forewarned, detective.
Now I'm gonna try to pick all the options I didn't pick before. I'm gonna try to remember what all those were and what each of them did. I think I was pretty correct for the most part.
Do you really use the royal plural? Is this some kind of aristocratic fad?
What a rude boy you can be. We had no idea. But yes, we do. It's a kind of fad that stuck with us from long ago.
You think it makes you look bigger than you are?
We are bigger than you think, Inspector. You will find that out sooner.
Got
or
him.
later.
Perhaps.
We're certain of it.
Tell me, are you alone? I mean, don't you have a partner to share the burden of ruling?
We are alone. But, of course, we've consumed several husbands over the years.
Consumed? I hope you mean that figuratively.
No.
Okay. Well, let's change the subject.
Wise choice, detective.
That one got -5.
Let's get to the point. Bodies are disappearing from the cemetery. A cemetery caretaker named Joe was knocked down. He barely made it out alive. You know anything about that?
Oh, we know the graveyard beetle. The old stubborn fool. But he is a good insect nonetheless. We won't hurt him if he doesn't cross us.
Has he ever done anything like that?
Not that we know of.
So you have no idea who could have attacked Uncle Joe and why?
Oh, we never said that. Merely that we didn't do it.
Oh, you're a smart player, Your Majesty.
Oh, thank you very much for the compliment. And if we may make a compliment too, we are glad that you care so deeply about the fate of a simple, old insect.
It's my job.
No. No. It is not.
Huh. Wow, she really liked that.
Let's say I believe you. We've got a pile of missing. Okay, if it wasn't. Why would the clan need a fresh corpse? What can they do with it?
Did you say fresh? How fresh?
Well, the last one was from yesterday. Why? What do you think?
If they were old carcasses, we'd be ignoring it. But fresh meat is a different matter.
Did you say meat?
Have you seen how many insects walk around the hive, missing limbs?
We've had the misfortune to see that, yes.
The Chlorvillian gourmets pay fat little fortunes for fresh body parts.
To eat them?
Well, they're not going to put them on display. That's for sure.
So you think the clan sells fresh body parts on the black market?
That could be one reason for digging up bodies. But it could be something else entirely.
Which is?
We don't know, Mr. Featherland. You're the detective, not us. But we're sure you'll get to the bottom of it.
She really like that too.
You really do see. You claim that the You see?
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
1 star. Okay, I think I can good cop this.
The Queen seems to like us.
Be forewarned, detective.
Please, tell us about... Let's get to the point. Someone was hit with a... When we mentioned the...
Ah, that was a neutral.
Suppose I believe that... Okay, if it wasn't... Why would the clan... Why do I get the feeling you suggest?
Yeah.
Clucky furry hell. The Queen seems to like us.
Be forewarned.
Do you really use the...
Oh, whoops. Aristocratic fad got -5? Okay, let's try to do bad then.
Let's get to the point. A cemetery.
Oh, you know anything about that? Gets +15. Okay, sure. Okay. Weapon but
Let's
a
say
message.
I believe.
Weapon but a message gets +5.
We've got a pile of...
What do you make of that gets minus?
Okay, if it... Let's blame someone else. Why do I get the feel... You claim that the... You see? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, sometimes I don't get this. I have collectively now more bad cop answers than last time, and last time I didn't even get any stars. It's like being neutral is like the worst possible thing.
The Queen seems to like...
Be forewarned.
I forget, should I
Miss
stick with the
Zane.
Queen? That's neutral. Damn.
Let's get to the point.
Okay, now I'm going to try to get just all neutral answers. Someone was hit with a bottle. Coincidence.
Someone was hit with...
Oh, that's +10. Coincidence is +10. Okay.
Let's say I believe...
And the message was +5. And the other one was neutral. Okay.
Suppose I believe that...
Take action is +20.
Okay, if it was... What is the clan doing? You really do... You claim that the... You see? That's what I'm talking about.
Sure.
The Queen seems to like...
Be forewarned.
Okay, let's try to good cop this. I think we can.
Please, tell us about yourself, Your Majesty.
Yeah, that's +20.
Let's get to the point.
you know anything about that gets plus?
A cemetery caretaker named...
Oh, it's because we care about the insects. Scared
When
to
we
death, I
mentioned the
think
name
is neutral. Fuck, yeah. Why do you
Suppose
take
I believe-
action?
Okay, if it wasn't...
What can
Why
I
would the
do with
clan-
it? Gets plus 20.
You really do. You claim that... You see?
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
That was almost perfect. I bet if I... Hold on.
The Queen seems to like it.
Be forewarned, Detective.
Please, tell us about... Let's get to the point. Someone almost died.
Whoops.
Let's say I believe... Suppose I believe... Okay, if it was... Why would the clan... You really... You claimed... You see? That's what I'm talking about. The Queen seems to like us.
Be forewarned.
Okay, I think I got this. Hold on.
Please, tell us about... Let's get to the point. A cemetery caretaker named Joe. Let's say I believe you. Suppose I believe that... Okay, if it wasn't you. Why would the clan... You really do... You claim that the clan... You see?
Boom!
That's
5
what I'm talking about.
stars! But now I want to see if I can totally bad cop this. So hold on.
The Queen seems to like us.
Be forewarned.
Do you really use... Let's get to the point. Someone almost died. When we mentioned the name of the we've got a pile of Okay, if it wasn't... Let's blame someone else, right? Why do I get the feel... You claim that... You see? That's what I'm talking about.
Huh. So that's also a 5-star thing. Getting 2 good cop, 1 neutral, and 5 bad. That also gets 5 stars. I think I want to redo this. Just like doing one more like full dialogue thing. With the good cop. Just to get a full like recap. And then that'll be it.
The Queen seems to like us, but that may be a simple disguise. In any case...
Be forewarned,
Or
Detective.
do I
You
really
think
want
I
to do that?
believe-
I don't
We'll
know.
see.
Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But I'm gonna start it and maybe I'll get bored. Because that was actually pretty long. Just like doing all that. We've been doing this for like an hour already. Yeah, I'm just gonna good root this and move on actually.
Please tell us about yourself, Your Majesty. How did you become
No, I'll
who
leave
you
it.
are?
You'd be surprised how little awareness there was in it. Things happened. Years flew by. And suddenly we found ourselves on this throne.
Lucky coincidences.
There are no coincidences, dear Inspector. We just did what we thought was right.
Right? We rarely hear that from the heads of criminal organizations, if I don't offend you.
What is right for someone, and in what situation, is subjective. We've lived our whole lives by a code of what we thought was right.
Isn't that convenient?
Sometimes it is. Sometimes the opposite.
Whoops. Huh.
Let's get to the point. Bodies are disappearing from the cemetery, and the clues have led us here. What do you think? Why?
You're not playing games. We appreciate that. Yes, in a way, we understand that some clues could have led you here. But those can be misleading.
Whoops. Sorry. One sec.
You don't know about them, or you have nothing to do with them. Big difference.
There is a big difference. We've heard things. The Great Web is everywhere. And every little bit of information makes its threads twitch. But no, we have nothing to do with them.
You have nothing to do with that.
A cemetery caretaker named Joe was knocked down. He barely made it out alive. You know anything about that?
Oh, we know the graveyard beetle. The old stubborn fool. But he's a good insect nonetheless. We won't hurt him if he doesn't cross us.
Has he ever done anything like that?
Not that we know of.
So you have no idea who could have attacked Uncle Joe, and why?
Oh, we never said that. Merely that we didn't do it.
Oh, you're a smart player, Your Majesty.
Oh, thank you very much for the compliment. And if we may make a compliment too, we are glad that you care so deeply about the fate of a simple, old insect.
It's my job.
No. No. It is not.
Let's say I believe you. Do you think the glass was not just a weapon, but also a message?
An interesting theory, and there may be some truth in it. As the place is well known and has been ours for decades, yes, we can see why you might think that.
So you agree that the clues lead logically here?
If it is a message, we did not send it. It would be foolish to leave a clue like that, unless it leads to a trap. Am I right?
Well, forgive the assumption, but for a spider queen sitting in the middle of the great web, setting a trap seems quite apt.
If so, you would be in big trouble.
And? Is that the case?
No. Not yet.
Oh.
I like you. You're sharp and respectful, most of the time. At least, for a chicken.
You're great at insulting and complimenting at the same time.
Thank you.
Suppose I believe that it wasn't you. Why didn't you take action against it?
You still think we're the feared and dreaded vigilantes of the Hive. Unfortunately, Those days are over, Inspector. The Great Web is now more of an information center than a real, viable enterprise.
But information is power, ain't it?
Indeed, it is. But much more so for a place that is not cut off from every other part of the world. We've been enclosed, Mr. Featherland. So the world is slowly but surely passing us by. Unless...
Unless.
you do something about it.
Yes. But that's another story. You know, the people of the Hive don't need the Great Web to express their feelings. Especially their anger.
A hive-sized rebellion, for example.
Of course, neither the city nor the Crown wants that. In fact, we don't want it. But sadly, we are no longer the most powerful in the Hive. There are others who say how things are done.
Okay, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who has the reason and the power to do such a thing?
The Golden Fang clan is well entrenched in the Hive. Thanks in part to them, much of our business is no longer, how shall we say, profitable.
The clan, huh? I heard they've been pretty quiet lately.
The fact that a criminal organization doesn't openly blow things up doesn't mean they're not very present, as you well know, Mr. Featherland. And for all we know, you and your partner are very much responsible for the existence of the clan in the first place.
Really? Please, enlighten me.
If the Wessler Empire hadn't fallen, the smaller clans that then waged war for power would never have been born. Am I right?
The Wessler Empire, huh? That was an old case, Your Majesty. If we hadn't stopped that threat, we might have been in even bigger trouble.
Oh, you really think so? That it could be worse than this? The whole city was ravaged by gangs feuding over the remnants of the Wessler Empire. These gang wars have consumed all the attention of the Crown and the police, leaving nothing left for the Hive. One angry insect, fed up, committed an assassination attempt that eventually led to the Segregation Act. See? After all, it all started when the so-called Chicken Police put the head of the Wessler Empire on ice over some petty, little, private matter.
You know, that's kind of a loose and far-fetched hypothesis.
Oh, we haven't covered everything, but you know that in the big picture, we're perfectly right.
I'm beginning to feel like you're interrogating me and not the other way around.
Oh, please don't.
Oh.
We didn't mean to frighten you.
Then may I continue?
We are at your service.
So, it's the Golden Fang clan that's got you and your people in a tight spot. Am I right?
We're not saying they're responsible for the disappearances. But if it wasn't us, they seem the most likely choice.
I have to agree. Are you willing to talk about them?
To a certain extent, yes. As long as it doesn't harm our interests.
Okay, then let's continue the conversation in this vein. Why would the clan need a fresh corpse? What can they do with it?
Did you say fresh? How fresh?
Well, the last one was from yesterday. Why? What do you think?
If they were old carcasses, we'd be ignoring it. But fresh meat is a different matter.
Did you say meat?
Have you seen how many insects walk around the hive, missing limbs?
We've had the misfortune to see that, yes.
The Clawvillian gourmets pay fat little fortunes for fresh body parts.
To eat them?
Well, they're not going to put them on display. That's for sure.
So you think the clan sells fresh body parts on the black market?
That could be one reason for digging up bodies. But it could be something else entirely.
Which is?
We don't know, Mr. Featherland. You're the detective, not us. But we're sure you'll get to the bottom of it.
You really do see everything. What do you think the clan is playing for? And where do they get their resources?
For the clan, hiding in the hive was a great idea. But they cut themselves off from the rest of the city with it. So they must have connections or help from beyond the walls.
Another gang? Maybe they've teamed up with someone. The Black Scales. The Furies, maybe.
I don't think so, Mr. Featherland. All the criminal organizations in Clawville are different. But they all have one thing in common. They all want absolute power. That's why they don't really ally themselves with others.
What are you implying? Who can support them from beyond the walls?
Whose interest do you think it would be to aid and abet the clan and get them here? Whose interest is it for the hive to slowly bleed itself dry? For someone who has a problem with the very existence of it.
You mean?
Yes. Exactly, Mr. Featherland.
Sweet, furry, feathered heavens. You claim that the clan is funded by the crown?
We're not saying it is. But the city government is currently benefiting from the fact that the hive is getting on with its little infighting, instead of causing trouble on the big scale. You know, peace negotiations are coming.
What does that have to do with the disappearance of a few bodies of ordinary citizens? Even if it's like you say, isn't that just more fuel for the fire?
It might be. Perhaps it's for a different purpose, Mr. Featherland. That detective, that private eye, who was working on this.
Private Eye?
Frank Castellini. Or, as many called him, half-armed Frank. Which we always thought was funny. Because he was only one arm short of four.
Shit. Frank.
The fool was obsessed with pursuing Mick and the clan. He discovered something significant. Maybe he found out exactly where they were hiding. In any case, it certainly pissed off the monkey. Because Mick's got a big bounty on poor Frank's head.
That's bad. That's really bad. Well, thank you for telling me this.
We're surprised to say it ourselves. But we're glad we could help.
You see?
Hey.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bada bing. Yeah, we got 5 stars. Okay.
So Frank Castellini, right? We know him. In fact, I'd say we're friends.
We thought cops didn't like private eyes.
Frank's helped us out with a lot in the past. And in return, we'd turn a blind eye when he snooped where he shouldn't have.
Yeah, also, isn't that what we're doing right now? And also, well, no, I guess private eyes technically aren't cops, but like...
There was a time when cooperation between animals and insects was commonplace.
I was just a chick then, Your Majesty. But my partner lived in the Hive's neighborhood for quite some time.
Oh, really?
It used to be a great neighborhood, ma'am.
If this was meant to make us sympathize with you and your cause, you've succeeded. You see, we're old and sentimental. But we're something else, too.
Beautiful.
Thank you. But that's not what we meant. We're practical. Which means if you really want our help, you'll have to do something for us in return.
Seems like a fair offer. We're listening.
I was trying to pause it there. Good work, Marty. Playing into their vanity a little bit. They preach about logic all they want, but, you know, who doesn't like being told they're pretty?
Frank was never a friend, nor an enemy. He's the kind of man who doesn't belong to either side. Always walking in the shades between them. But not so long ago, we had a quarrel. And he's taken something from us that's very dear to our hearts.
Didn't we start this off by talking about the piano guy? And how many limbs do you have, Spidey? I wish I could get rid of this, like, dialogue box at the bottom so I could take a closer look. But let's just say she has all the limbs.
You want us to bring back this something?
Bring it back? No, we don't want it back. You won't be able to do that. Just tell us where it is. We'll take care of the rest.
The rest of what is? Oh, he's taking something from us. Oh, is it like your hope or something? Or is it something like physical?
You're being deliberately vague, am I right?
Sometimes it's best if you know exactly what you need to know.
Oh.
If you get the information we want, you can guarantee the Great Web will be on your side when you clash with the Golden Fang clan.
Yeah. Sometimes it's best to know exactly what you need to know. She might not tell us, but like, what is it though?
When, not if.
When, not if.
We
what?
have no doubt that if you follow the trail your friend Frank has set out on, it will eventually lead you to the clan's trap.
Okay, you got a deal. We'll meet again soon.
I look forward to it, detectives. But I'd hurry if I were you. Your friend Frank could be in serious trouble.
Okay, so I guess we're gonna find the answer ourselves, and I guess Frank is alive and also knows what this thing is. It sounds like it's something physical, like he actually took something and maybe broke it. I don't know what that would be. How many limbs do you have? Wouldn't it be interesting if Frank took one and that's what you're like, oh, we can't... What exactly did they say about it? We don't want it back. You won't be able to do that. Just tell us where it is. Like, what could that even be? Just tell us where it is and we'll take care of the rest. Perhaps Frank grave robbed a body of his own? Destroying it in the process? Maybe that's how they can't get it back? Like, what could he have taken that they can't get back? It sounds like something heavy or very small. I don't know. Just tell us where it is and we'll take care of the rest. But it's something you can't get back. I don't know. I think the answer is we're going to find the answer on our journey.
Furry hell. Frank. What has he got himself into?
Exactly what we're about to get ourselves into, partner. If you're ready.
What do you mean, ready? I'm always ready. In fact, I was born ready.
I don't mean that. I just mean, what's going on with you and Laura? There's enough shit going on. I don't want to stir up any more.
Cluck that. It's what you do best, Boss Bird. And let's keep it that way, okay? You drive, I follow, we get shot at, we survive, but just barely, and most importantly, we don't talk about personal shit. Deal?
You know, buddy, that's the best deal I ever heard.
Oh, man.
Now you're talking.
Okay, this seems like a pretty good place to save my progress. If I didn't already do that. Whoops. What was that? Whoop. Okay. Hold on, I want to go back down.
Down to the hole.
Down to the hole we go. Whoa, and now you're here. Fillmore! Fillmore Lowe? Oh man, that's a cliff. Not a cliffhanger, but he's a character from the first game. What's he doing here? Anyway. Okay, I'm just going to assume the game autosaves because I can't really find a anywhere else I can really do that. That's my bag. That's the map. Yeah, okay. I guess that's it. Bye.